Okay, okay. I would say yes and no. The real well, first of all, say something that's not absolutely obvious, which is that you see here the real in blue. Oh, okay. I have to. Okay, you see the real here in blue. Okay, but actually, this is the real, but the whole Borromean knot is the real as well. There is some kind of convolution. It is the Borromean knot. There is a way to describe the real of my interest for a particular object A. So it happens at two places in a way. There and for the total structure as well. Okay. The particularity of the real is that it always insists, and the real is I would say that the real is the reality for the human being, for the talking animal that we are. It is not the reality. It is as we transform. Let's making that way. The access we have to the real is here. It is in the words that we are using to talk about the real. But it is the problem is that usually we stop at a definition of essence which is satisfying for us. Okay, so as you see, there is always a series of mistakes, but we are very satisfied with these mistakes at a certain time. At an instant t, we can be satisfied with the sense we have chosen. But for instance, the next morning, the sense we had chosen can seem very very vain to us. And in a way, that's why psychoanalysis is working, because we during the session that I have today, I have the feeling that I have been extremely accurate in what I said to my analyst, and that I could grab something very precise of the real. But if I, for instance, I decide to note on my notebook this magic sentence that I have uttered, and if I read it the next morning, it looks vain. So where is the real? So you see, it's where is the reality? What am I talking here is about what is fundamental. It is here. It is the subject. And where is the subject? The subject is something vanishing all the time. The subject is just as the subject of the sentences I'm using now to talk to you. Therefore, there is a new subject after the period of the previous sentence. The subject has nothing to do with the being, you know. It is always a tradition to to focus on the verb, on the I am something, and to the focus usually goes to the verb to be, I am, and with what we are depicting here, we are dealing with the subject. Therefore, in our sentence, we are not in the same at the same position in the sentence. We are focusing on the subject of the unconscious and of the sentence.
So then I see this real, in terms of the subject, as something that is this minus one, something that continues to escape, even though there may be a definition in a sense, if it's a vain definition or not, and there may be a number of ideas. The real insists in its escape for the subject in some manner.
It's in the enunciation and not the enunciated. To go back to Alex's use of Coltrane, it's something that comes through in the sound you hear that is not of him but is him, that only gets, that you recognize regardless of what piece of music by him you play. It's in the sound that comes out of the horn. That's a gesture made by his embodiment, but is not in the notes. I mean, to go back to Alex's example, I can cop a lick and I can play it very mechanically. I can play the notes precisely as phrased. But if I try and play the music, then there's this combination, this inmixing of what I desire in trying to play that song with how I've heard it, with whatever intention has come through, with whatever sense it's made. And that's the thing. Every time I play it, if I'm really playing it as if for the first time, it will always sound different. Time keeps moving. The structure.
I'm sorry. Go on. I was just thinking, if to pick up on Thomas's word direction, then what is the relationship of the real to the direction of the cure?
That's another
Say
point.
Again?
Another point. What is the relationship of the real to the direction of the cure?
Okay. Oh, I can say a couple of words on this. The subject who is in cure is mainly interested in well, it's, well, I'll give another explanation later, but just say now that the subject now is interested in what occurs in his imaginary, and namely his anguish. And in a way, it's this anguish leads to some kind of inhibition, and which leads to some kind of symptoms. And if there is a process we can hope that's that can be helpful in psychoanalysis is to make some modification in this triad, which is, but it's too short. It's too early to describe it now. But I can just give you some hints from anguish, inhibition, symptom, and this triad is what leads us to psychoanalysis. And if the symptom is what we claim, and some kind of invasion of the symbolic into the real, by putting words on this triad, we can hope that this invasion can recede. You get it?
Now you're pointing at the phallic threesome.
No. I am pointing at the fact that, in a way, the symbolic would get
Doug, if you were to put a point at a level between the -1 and the J of phi on the green circle, and extend from that point another green dashed line over into where the blue is, that's that invasion.
Okay. Look, I figure here in the big green this invasion. This invasion is in the real. We know that the symptom is on our body. It's on the real body, and we know that it's a lack in the series of S1, S2, S3, which leads to this symptom. And the work we are doing in psychoanalysis is to go through this triad of anguish, inhibition, symptom, and for instance, what can be the symptom? It can be, let's put it that way here. Two.